are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses, no more hurting, no more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan. Make peace. So be it.
Russia, go home.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
When more individuals start to demand plant-based diets, then governments and corporations have a reason to support and produce plant-based foods.
Saving animals, saving ourselves. Interview with Dr. Jeff Siebel, vegan, part 2 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
Don't be just a leader, be a great one, a vegan leader. Be an extraordinary leader, a vegan leader.
Today's show will be presented in Spanish and English with subtitles in Arabic or Latzese, also known as Vietnamese, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Indonesian, Korean, Mongolian, Persian, Russian, Spanish, Thai, and Ukrainian or Uranian. Espectadores amigables, soy Cortés. Los saludos y las cálidas sonrisas del vibrante pueblo cubano les dejarán una impresión duradera y positiva. Que la providencia vierta bendiciones en su búsqueda de la iluminación espiritual. Bienvenidos a nuestro programa Salvar a los animales, salvarnos a nosotros mismos. Entrevista con el Dr. Jeff Siebel, vegano, parte 2 de 2. Hoy continuaremos nuestras conversaciones con el Dr. Jeff Siebel, vegano, el autor de Salvar animales, salvarnos a nosotros mismos, porque los animales importan en pandemias, cambio climático y otras catástrofes. El Dr. Jeff Siebel, un filósofo y autor vegano estadounidense, ha estado involucrado activamente en campos relacionados con la protección ambiental y de las personas animales. Con respecto a sus estudios académicos, el Dr. Siebel realizó un postdoctorado de 1 año en estudios ambientales y de las personas animales, y ahora es profesor asociado de estudios ambientales y codirector del programa de bienestar de animales silvestres en la Universidad de Nueva York en los Estados Unidos. Para ser una voz tanto para la conservación del medio ambiente y de las personas animales, el Dr. Siebel también ha sido miembro de la Junta de Minding Animals International desde el 2014 y ha sido mentor y escritor contribuyente en Sentient Media desde el 2020. Actualmente está en el Comité Ejecutivo del Centro de la Universidad de Nueva York para la Protección Ambiental y Animal y en la Junta Consejera para la serie de animales en contexto en el NYU Press. En la primera parte, el Dr. Siebel explicó cómo las pandemias y otras amenazas globales son un recordatorio vívido de cómo los humanos y los no humanos están interconectados y por lo tanto, por qué los humanos tienen una responsabilidad moral hacia las personas animales. Hoy continuemos escuchando la perspectiva del Dr. Jeff Siebel sobre cómo podemos hacer cambios que benefician a los humanos y a las personas animales y al planeta entero.
What governments and corporations do create these social and political and economic and ecological structures. It organizes our individual behavior and makes us more likely to engage in certain types of production and consumption patterns as communities. At the same time, we do still have a responsibility as individuals to play our part in promoting the right kinds of collective, institutional, structural changes. When more individuals start to demand plant-based diets, then governments and corporations have a reason to support and produce plant-based foods.
La opinión del Dr. Sebo sobre fomentar un futuro mejor para todos es realmente inspirador. Sumerjámonos más profundamente en sus reflexiones sobre los esfuerzos colaboradores de individuos e instituciones en la realización de transformaciones esenciales.
The more individuals can make changes, the easier it becomes for governments and corporations to make changes too, because they know that individuals support it and individuals will be receptive to it. And then the more governments and corporations make those changes and, for example, make plant-based foods more accessible and affordable and desirable, the easier it will be for individuals to make their individual changes in a way that makes their behaviors less harmful. So I think that we should do both. Act as individuals and demand that our governments and corporations act as institutions.
El Dr. Sebo también comparte con nosotros sobre cómo los gobiernos pueden desarrollar políticas informativas, financieras y regulatorias para alentar a los ciudadanos a adoptar una dieta vegana.
If governments use informational policies to raise awareness about the impacts of food systems and financial policies in order to tax harmful industries and subsidize beneficial industries. And if they use regulatory policies to require that nobody engages in unnecessarily harmful, cruel, exploitative behavior, then what will gradually become clear is that animal agriculture is an incredibly expensive, inefficient, and unsustainable industry that very few people can afford, whereas plant agriculture is an affordable, efficient, humane, healthful, and sustainable industry that everybody can access in a government that supports it in the right kind of way. So I think governments have a lot of power to affect positive change here.
Vegan, keep hard-earned money for what's relevant.
Nobles espectadores, tomemos un momento para rejuvenecernos a través de la meditación y expresar nuestro agradecimiento a Dios por su guía y protección diaria. Regresaremos enseguida, así que por favor quédense con nosotros aquí en Supreme Master Television.
Wireless devices.
We pray for Ukraine or Ukraine.
Espectadores conscientes, bienvenidos de nuevo a nuestro programa Salvar a los animales, salvarnos a nosotros mismos. Entrevista con el Dr. Jeff Sebo, vegano. Parte 2 de 2. En su libro Salvar animales, salvarnos a nosotros mismos. ¿Por qué los animales importan en pandemias? El Dr. Jeff Sebo explica los desafíos involucrados en mejorar las vidas de las personas animales debido a sistemas legales, políticos y económicos que los consideran como objetos para explotarlos, en vez de sujetos merecedores de respeto. Por tanto, él dice que deberíamos trabajar para mejorar las vidas de las personas animales dentro de los sistemas existentes, mientras también tratamos de mejorar esos sistemas por el bien del progreso futuro. Más aún, él enfatiza sobre la importancia de concederle a las personas animales un estatus legal llamado ciudadanía animal.
One of the main obstacles in the way of treating animals better, harming them less, and helping them more is that right now, in most governments, in most countries and states and cities, animals have a legal status of objects, property, commodities. They are not persons or citizens or in other respects legal and political subjects, right? And when somebody has the status of an object, of property, of commodity, then there is not much that you can do in order to meaningfully protect their interests. Right now, for example, we can protect animals sometimes because, for example, we can protect them as property or as a matter of public interest. If I own an animal, then I can prevent you from harming them by exercising my property rights. And if the public cares about an animal, then we can prevent people from harming them as an expression of respect for public interest, as a public good. But if an owner does not care about the animal, or if the public does not care about the animal, there are very few things you can do to protect that animal in most current legal and political systems. And so that raises the question, what kind of legal status, what kind of political status should animals have and would allow us to better protect animals' interests?
Respected leaders of the world, you are the laws makers, so obey your good laws. Shut down forever all places that hurt, harm, murder animal people. Forbid all related cruelty. For God's sake, bless you.
El Dr. Sebo propone dos opciones de derechos legales para las personas animales. Si las personas animales tienen un estatus legal, dice él, todo tendrá que cambiar, empezando, pero no terminando ahí, con prácticas como la ganadería intensiva, la deforestación y el comercio de vida silvestre.
And one option is legal personhood. This would be a matter of giving animals basic legal rights so that we would be able to defend and protect their legal rights, no matter whether the humans who own them care about that or not, and no matter whether the public cares about that or not. And then another possibility is political citizenship, having certain political rights within particular political communities. They genuinely have interest in having their interests represented in the political process. Now, does that mean that they know about governments and care about whether governments think about them? No, they have no idea about governments, but it still benefits them for them to be considered as part of the political process. But do they need to be able to participate in the political process? Do they need to be able to serve on juries and vote for public office and hold elected office? Arguably not, right? So as with humans, when we talk about the idea of non-human personhood or non-human citizenship, we are not suggesting that we should treat animals exactly like we treat human persons and citizens and give them all the same rights. We are instead suggesting that we should extend whichever basic rights still make sense for the kinds of beings they are and the kinds of interests they have. And that probably means at least a right not to be harmed and killed unnecessarily, a right to get to live where you were born, and a right to be considered when we make decisions that affect you.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Yemen is one of them. Yemen, Law Number 12 concerning crimes and penalties, 1994. Anyone who kills or inflicts severe harm needlessly to industrially raised animal folk or riding animal people belonging to others shall be punished by imprisonment for up to 3 years. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses, no more hurting, no more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan, make peace, so be it.
En conclusión, el Dr. Sebo expresa su aspiración por la humanidad y extiende su agradecimiento a aquellos que prestan atención y toman acción para ayudar a los individuos animales.
I would wish that we become more thoughtful and more altruistic in our behavior, that we recognize that what we are doing as individuals and what we are doing as collectives is impacting not only us, but everybody across nations, across generations, and across species. And also that all of those beings and their interests and needs matter, and our impacts on them matter, and that we be willing to confront that and to do research and use evidence and use reason in order to work together and figure out how to do more good and less harm for humans and other animals in each nation and other nations in this generation and future generations. So my hope is that we can build that knowledge that we need, and that we can build that power that we need, and we can build that political will that we need, so that in 20, 30, 40 years, either us or at least our successors, the next generation, will be empowered to actually work together to treat other humans and other animals better than we currently can or currently do. Thank you to all of your viewers for generally caring about these issues and wanting to do what they can in order to help animals and help the environment and help humans who are also animals living in this environment. We need everybody to be a part of this, and we need to be working together, and so I deeply appreciate anybody who is paying attention and doing what they can, and so thank you for that. I'm Jeff Sebo. Be vegan, make peace.
Agradecemos profundamente al Dr. Sebo por su valioso libro, que promueve la ética hacia las personas animales, aboga por la adopción de una dieta vegana compasiva y conciencia sobre la responsabilidad de la humanidad con el mundo y la urgente necesidad de frenar el cambio climático para un futuro más sostenible. Para más información sobre el Dr. Jeff Sebo, vegano y su trabajo, por favor visite jeffsebo.net/media.
If 40 days without flesh meat have proved so good and profitable, would it not be better to abstain for 40 years? And would it not be best of all to abstain all the days of the earthly pilgrimage? The Reverend Alfred Mansfield Mitchell, vegetarian.
Espectadores de corazón noble, gracias por acompañarnos hoy. A continuación sigue la buena amiga del sistema inmunológico, la equinacia y sus numerosos beneficios. Por la gracia de Dios, que los humanos se vuelvan más conscientes y compasivos hacia todos los seres. Kind-hearted viewers, thank you for joining us today. Up next is the immune system's good friend, echinacea, and its many benefits. By the grace of God, may humans become more mindful and compassionate towards all beings.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Russia, leave Ukraine or you reign now. Peace be with you too.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/UL.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/UL.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/UL.
Programele noastre oferă multe limbi. Vă puteți uita pe suprememastertv.com/schedule și suprememastertv.com/UL.